Hi, I'm Coach Ray. Welcome to this video about the web-based HumanGO progress screen. Moving from your plan view, which incorporates all of the inputs into your training, now let's move on down the left-hand margin to progress. Your progress effectively is all of the outputs from your training and where you can track your health metrics. The overview page shows you the different options or cards that you can work through here. The lab report will take you to a page where you can view your lab results from a human-powered health lab, and you can also go to your activity log and filter that by a range of different actions right here. Just heading back to the overview, let's look at aerobic and metabolic. It's the icon that we're on right here, right now. Looking at this date range, we're really just looking at the first little phase of this year, or year to date, I should say. But you can see here, I have a threshold pace that's relevant as of today. I can come down here and I can edit the zones. So if I want to customize those zones, I can do that here. I can also add a metric, so I can update this metric here. And from the same page, I can edit the zones. From the same drop down, I can delete that metric or archive it so I no longer see it. I can scroll through each of the sports and see the same options. Now if I want to add a new value for running, threshold pace, threshold power, or max heart rate, I can do that here. I can set the date that I want that valid from, select the metric, and input the new value. I'm getting really fast. And you can see that updated here. If I want to view my metrics in a different way, I had a custom there. I can look at year to date. I can look at a weekly view, month view, just by selecting the month down below. The quarter that's relevant, and I can scroll through by year as well. The entire year, or a custom date range. And there we have your aerobic and metabolic data. Coming over to body composition, you can see that here. You can edit the metric and delete it here as well. Sleep data, coming in based on how your wearable reports that. Again, you can edit or delete a metric. Health metric. So here you're looking at resting heart rate and HRV. Again, as they're reported by your wearable, and the ranges that have been reported. You can add a resting heart rate manually right here. You can also add a manual HRV value in the same way. Then we'll move on down to daily perception. This is where you're adding your daily feedback on how you're feeling. Obviously, that is a user input, so if you haven't input that here, it won't show up. And you can come on down here and see the entire history of your data. Goal stats relating to any of these goals, but the current goal is displayed here, showing the distance of the legs. Compliance against fitness. This is a graph here that represents the actual versus planned by heart rate, pace, or power for this specific goal. So this gives you a really accurate idea on how you're tracking against the plan. If you scroll on down a little further, you'll uncover a couple of other really important graphs. The first one here is your season. As you hover over your season, you can see your fitness, your form, and the phase that you're in, and the recommended fitness that HumanGO is looking to achieve for you for that specific goal that you have on your season. And then at the very bottom, an aggregate of your compliance across the board, shaded by great, green, good, yellow, and average, red. And then on the far side of this screen, you can view your activity stats. You can filter them, number of activities, total duration, the distance, again remembering that you have this date range option here, total ascent, pace, and efficiency. You can see a heat map here of the workouts that you've completed, activity perception, so effectively how that workout went based on training load, rate of perceived exertion, and mood, and down to the specifics of your activity metrics themselves relating to heart rate decoupling and your efficiency factor. By scrolling across this graph, you can see the real values. Some peak stats here, or PRs, to track. And again, a sneak preview of your season.